Oshawa Information Foxtrot. Weather at 1400 Zulu. Wind 150. At 7. Wind variable between 100 and 170. Visibility 9 miles. Sky clear. Temperature 19. Dew point 11. Altimeter 3010. Approach RNAV runway 12. Landing and departing runway 12. Inform ATC that you have information Foxtrot.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, on the last flight where Julie and I went down to Goderich to look at the Lancaster, on the way back, there were 2 or 3 times where the engine did like a little stumble. And when I say stumble, I mean like it happened like that fast. Just enough that you sit forward in your seat and you do another full scan of all of the engine instruments. Oil pressure, oil temperature, cylinder head temperature, exhaust gas temperature, all of those things. And so you do the sweep. You look at the fuel, you check for what is the temperature of the carburetor, you pull on the carb heat just in case anyway. But it was none of those things. But it got my attention. So I came back, called Chris. Chris said, you know, it's probably a bad spark plug. I also, because I've got the Dynon glass panel, I also have the ability, and I do this every flight, download all of the engine instrumentation. Download it, and I take it home, and I plug it into Savvy Aviation. I think I've told you before that I use them. Plug it into Savvy Aviation, and I look at it myself. But my subscription to Savvy also allows me to send it to them for analysis. Send it to them for analysis. They came back and said, looks like you've got a bad spark plug on cylinder 6, but we'd like you to run another test. Totally unrelated. I was talking about Oshkosh this summer, not going, doing something else, with Mike from Electro Air, because we've got the electronic ignition on this aircraft. He was asking me how it was going. I told him about the stumble, and he said, bad spark plug. Nail it down. You'll be able to figure it out fairly easily with the test that Savvy Aviation has given you. So I'm going to run the test today for Savvy, plug that info into Savvy when I get home, and then take what they tell me to Chris, so that we're not pulling every spark plug and looking at it. We can just pull the one that they say it's most likely to be, and then sort of give a cursory inspection of all of the others. Hopefully that's all it is. Let's get in the air and fly this thing.
Oshawa Tower, Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform holding short 1-2 on Bravo for takeoff when available.
Oshawa Mike Victor Uniform, Oshawa Tower, good day. Number 2 for departure, line up and wait, runway 12.
Line up and wait, 1-2, Mike Victor Uniform.
Mike Victor Uniform Tower, left turn, wind 160 at 9, clear for takeoff, runway 12.
Left turn, clear for takeoff 1-2, Mike Victor Uniform, thank you.
Tower Whiskey Mike Lima holding short runway 12, ready to go, requesting a short delay.
Whiskey Mike Lima Tower, roger, stand by.
By Whiskey Mike 2.
4 with you, 3500 descent. Sorry, checking in with towers at Stetson. Mike Victor Uniform Tower, nothing further, suggest you check in with Toronto Center, 133.4, good flight.
133.4, thank you. Good morning, Toronto Terminal. This is Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform.
Mike Victor Uniform Toronto.
Mike Victor Uniform, Cessna 172, just departed Oshawa, requesting flight following if possible.
Mike Victor Uniform Squawk Cadet, where are you going?
Aurelia, and then I'm going to turn eastward to Bancroft and hold 6,500 for an engine test.
Hey, Mike Victor Uniform checker marks identified through 3,500 VFR, Oshawa altimeter 3011.
3011, thank you.
Okay, so here's the gist of the test. It's supposed to get you an altitude where, with wide open throttle, so ball to the wall, I'm at 65% horsepower with a wide open throttle. And then I need to give them 3, they say between 2 and 3, so I'm going to give them 3 mixture sweeps. So I'm going to start full rich, and then over the course of 3 minutes, so very slowly, lean it out until the first engine stumble. When I get the first engine stumble, enrich in the mixture, same sort of thing, 3 minutes to get it full rich. I'm going to do that 3 times. And on the last sweep, when I get to full, when I get to that point where I've leaned it to the stumble, then we're going to turn off 1 mag and leave 1 mag off for between 30 and 45 seconds. Go back to both mags, and then turn off the other one, which is the electronic ignition. Go 30 to 45 seconds with that. Turn it back on, and then go back to richening it just a little bit. With that information, what the Dynon does, I've got the Dynon set that every second it takes a measurement of every parameter of the engine. And Savvy Aviation is going to be able to really dig through that info and look at sort of minute changes in temperature from cylinder head and exhaust gas, and a whole bunch of other parameters. They'll probably look at manifold pressure and all of that sort of thing as well, and sort of put together this picture of what's happening inside the engine. There's a bunch of things that this will do beyond just trying to isolate where that stubble came from. So as soon as we get to Aurelia, I'm going to turn eastbound. I'm going to call back Toronto and ask for 7,500 feet, and we'll start traveling eastbound. Because right now I'm at 2450 RPM, and I'm at 67% horsepower. So I think I need just a little bit more altitude.
Toronto Terminal, Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform request 7,500 for this next flight.
Mike Victor Uniform, that's approved. Muskoka altimeter 3009.
3009, thank you.
Okay, here we go with the first run, and super slow. Okay, so 4.5 minutes, 5.6, 5.4 is the fuel flow. And now I'll start enriching. So there's 3 sweep. Okay, there we go. Engine rough. This is the carb heat is off. Engine is leaned out to just the beginning of roughness. We're at like 5.7 gallons per hour. And I'm going to turn off the traditional magneto and just run it on the electronic mag. Roughness hasn't really increased, a little bit, like very minor. Okay, so there's a minute, and I'm back to both. And I'm going to turn off the EMAG, the electronic ignition. I'm going to turn off the electronic ignition this time and just run it on the old school case magneto. Notice we'll drop in power. And there's a minute on the case magneto. Okay, so I think they've got enough information. Riching it up a little bit.
Toronto Center, Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform. I'm going to drop to 6,500 for the rest of this leg.
Mike Victor Uniform, thank you. VFR descent at your discretion.
Mike Victor Uniform, thank you.
Okay, so I think I've got all the information that they're going to need. Offload this when we get back to the hangar at Oshawa, and then I'll upload it to Savvy Aviation. And the next time you see me, we'll probably be in Chris's shop.
So I get this like cough or hiccup, right?
Yeah.
And like a momentary
Yeah.
drop in RPM,
Okay.
and then it's right back. So I talked to you about it. I sent that first flight to Savvy, and they said that it was probably something to do with cylinder 6. They saw a little bit of a waver in cylinder 6. In the meantime, I talked to Mike from Electro Air
Okay.
about getting a plug and a lead to take on the Yukon trip, just to have a spare.
Yeah.
And he said, how's everything going? And I told him about that sort of like little hiccup, and he's like, it could be a lead or a bad spark plug, which is exactly pretty much what you said.
Yeah.
Savvy got back to me and said you should run a stress test, a lean of peak stress test on the engine. So I did that on Friday, flew for 3 hours, went through their entire stress test, sent them the engine information. Last night they sent it back to me and said there's nothing wrong. It's perfect.
Yeah.
There was, and on that flight there were no hiccups.
Yeah.
Flying up here today, it was just like one right after another.
Let's check the leads.
Which makes it intermittent and a real problem.
Yeah. And so the guys at Electro Air, my concern was that firing across,
He said that's probably not a problem as long as all of the leads are still separated. That shouldn't be a problem.
So let's check the leads and we'll maybe change the plug.
Okay.
Okay. So ideally, like a light colored plug would mean lean, a black plug would mean rich, right? And so like this one looks pretty decent, a little lighter. Like they're pretty consistent really, but then when we get to number 6 where we change the cylinder, it looks much leaner, right? But for what reason, I don't know. right? Do we do another pressure test on the intake system and see when we did that cylinder, did we create a leak, right? And then, like, you know, at a glance, everything looks okay. Right, it would be in here. We're nice and tight. Nothing jumps out. We did a resistance test between. They're all within the specification. These are Tempest spark plugs, and it's Tempest that talks about the resistance check that we did. So they all passed the test. We're going to throw them back in and see what the difference is.
And so the top spark plugs, you switched out a couple of those.
We switched, yeah, with the old ones from the bottom. We cleaned them, gapped them, tested them. There was a couple that, you know, might blow out thing or whatever, so at higher pressure they didn't spark. The other ones we put in, which were just simply removed from the engine before when they did these ones, we cleaned them and gapped them, and I think we're using 5 of the old ones and one of the ones that came out today. So, and they all seem to be firing the way expected, so I think that they're okay. So we'll see, put them back in, see where it takes us.
So what did we end up doing, Chris?
So the lower plugs, so the ones on the other ignition, we did the test for resistance. The upper plug leads we tested just because they're old and whatever. And then the upper spark plugs, we took the old ones, clean gap, test them, put them back in there from the previous ones. They tested a little better than the other ones. And we had a little cam guard to see if maybe we're sticking a valve and not a hole. So, and otherwise we fly.
Edenville traffic, Mike Victor Uniform taking off runway 13, straight out. Edenville traffic.
We're in those summertime afternoon bumps. Okay, like Chris said in his wrap up there, we went through all of the ignition system, and even though on the test flight that I did on Friday, and set the information to Savvy, it came back as all positive that, you know, there was nothing wrong with the engine. But on that flight, I didn't feel any hiccups. On the flight up to Edenville this morning to get to Chris's, there were hiccups. Definitely 4 or 5 along the way, and so it speaks to this problem being intermittent. And so a lot of the testing that Chris did today is just sort of like, well, you know, if the problem happened while he happened to be doing the test, we would have found it, but we didn't. So there were a couple of spark plugs that were weak. Swapped those out. When we put the electronic ignition on, we put in all new spark plugs specific to the electronic ignition. So I had 6 spark plugs for this engine in a box as spares. And so Chris went through all of the plugs for the old magneto system and picked out the 6 best ones, cleaned them up, regapped them, and put those in. And we'll see how that works out. And so now it's just fly it. You know, I really want to get this sorted before we leave on the trip to the Arctic. So now it's fly it and see whether I have any bumps or hiccups, and really sort of dial in on the data with Savvy every time I get hiccups. So the flight up this morning, I didn't film it. I thought, oh, it's going to be uneventful. It'll be fine. I won't film it. I won't bother putting the cameras on the plane. I can just fly the plane and have a good time. I should have had the cameras rolling.
Mike Victor Uniform 5 miles final 12.
Mike Victor Uniform Tower, thank you, in sight. And traffic still 12 o'clock low, just crossing Thornton Road.
Not in sight, but looking. Mike Victor Uniform.
And Air 2 Tower, I'm not sure where the best point for you to cross is. There is traffic 6 miles final now and 1 short final. Do you think you can zip across there? Do you have the aircraft 5 final on TCAS?
Yep, I got the 1 short final visual and the 1 on TCAS. Air 2's just going to head due west south of 407, currently level 1500.
Okay, Roger. Tango Whiskey Romeo, helicopter traffic in the vicinity heading westbound near the 407, 1500 feet.
Roger. Tango Whiskey Romeo watching for company traffic, and we're entering the zone now. Got him on TCAS.
Tango Whiskey Romeo, Tower, Roger, thank you.
Air 2's with the traffic, 12 o'clock, half mile.
Air 2, thank you.
With traffic as well.
Whiskey Lima uniform, requesting back to active.
Whiskey Lima uniform ground, taxi Bravo, contact tower 120.1, holding short of runway 12.
Hold on, 12 Whiskey Lima uniform.
Okay, so there we go. We made it back to Oshawa. This flight had 0 hiccups. So I'm hoping that what we did with Chris today in pulling those plugs out, cleaning them, checking the resistance, finding the weak plugs, and then replacing the weak plugs is going to do the trick. And the weak plugs were on the old magneto. It had nothing to do with the electronic ignition. The plugs, the harness, everything for the electronic ignition is working perfectly, exactly the way that it's supposed to. So luckily I had the plugs that we had taken out when we replaced the bottom plugs for the electronic ignition. They use a different style of plug than the old magneto plugs. Gets a little confusing here, I know. So I had 6 spare plugs. Chris found the strongest out of the plugs, and it didn't cost me any money, which is great. Any aviation day in a workshop that doesn't cost you money is a fantastic thing. So still going to have to watch it closely over the next few flights, make sure that everything's running exactly as it should. But I now have peace of mind that we tracked down at least one problem, eliminated it, and everything should be fine. So thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.